Let's get ready to story! Tina. Dun 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 dun. Who could it be? Dun dun.
Jeff Fowler.
Jeff Fowler, right? But wait, Jeff, not to steal your thunder, how about a round of applause for Tina, everybody? I was at the Banshee the other night. There was this girl there in this red dress. I don't know where she frickin' came from, but oh my God. She must have been from like Philadelphia or something, because she frickin' had like a face. She was white as a... with the hair. Jeff Fowler has a bio, and his first sentence goes like this. And by the way, Jeff, I don't want to throw you off your game or anything like this. This is the last story of the night. You kinda gotta make it good. A lot of, to quote a certain acting person I know, you gotta raise the stakes. My Bob Schlesinger impression, if any of you are in the theater and know Bob Schlesinger. Alicia got him, sure she did. Anyway, so Jeff, here we go. Jeff Fowler, resident of Archbold, graduated with an MA in Communication Arts from Merritt University. After producing 2 student films with friends, coworkers, and family members, he challenged several members of NEPA's filmmaking community to join with him in the creation of the Community Film Project, end quote. And here we are, we're learning something in the very back of the book here. That is just the appendix. M. M, in case none of you were aware, is the 13th letter and 10th consonant in the English alphabet. It was taken into the English alphabet from Latin. Oh, did you know that? And into Latin from the Greek letter mu. Jeff.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to be here tonight and very excited to help close this thing out. So let's have a round of applause for everyone who's gone so far. I think they've been great. If anyone's wondering why I'm wearing this silly bow tie, I actually did this for you, to help engage the audience in my story. I wore an outfit very similar to this back in my teen years, well, except for the jeans. I used to wear gray polyester type pants, but the rest of it is pretty accurate. When I was an usher at a movie theater, and I was an usher for many years, up by the old Kmart there in Dixon City. You guys familiar with it? It's a church now. Yeah, the old Eric. That's right. Anyway, I worked at that theater when I was in my late teens into my early 20s. And then one day in particular, I was about 19 years old at the time. And the next day, I was actually on my way to London, England. And I had one more show to clean up that night. It was almost midnight. And I was there with my good friend, I know him as Chewy. His name is actually Jeff, just like mine. His last name has a lot of C's and O's and W's and H's and all sorts of things. Most people couldn't pronounce it nor spell it. So we just called him Chewy for short, like Chewbacca from Star Wars. Now, Chewy was a great friend, very loyal, very funny, and he had a nickname for me. It was kind of a term of endearment that we both used back and forth to one another. We called each other Winner. And so Chewy would say to me, "Hey, Winner, I need you to go back and check the exits." And that was a standard operating procedure at the movie theater. You know, our main job duties were predominantly pick up the candy that nobody ate, pick up the soda that nobody drank, flirt with the candy girls, which I was no good at, and go back and check the doors behind the curtain to make sure that nobody's sneaking in. So, standard procedure, I run down the aisle to behind the curtain. I go down a flight of stairs, up another flight of stairs, check the door. The door is good. It is locked. I come back down the stairs, and I start to go up the next set of stairwells, and I notice that the curtain, this theater actually had the curtain that would rise at the beginning of the show and go down at the end of the show after the credits. So this curtain actually came down. It paused. It actually stopped for a brief second. Then it started to rise again, which was kind of strange, unusual. Then it stopped. Then it actually went down again. It was actually kind of taunting me to, you know, do something with it. So to kind of almost play with it. I don't know, maybe like that bag in the American Beauty movie. Anyway, but so this curtain is there. So I look around the curtain. I look back to the projection booth, and I see the guy, the projectionist, is sticking his head out the window. He's kind of like, yeah, he's like flicking the switch. He's kind of taunting me to grab onto it. Now at this point, as a 19-year-old who idolized Beavis and Butthead and Wayne and Garth, I didn't really need much encouragement to do something idiotic. However, Chewy was all for it. Chewy could help me out. He could pull my chain and make me dance. And he says, "Hey, winner, grab on, go for a ride." So at that moment, you know, I'm on top of the world here. I'm about to go to England the next day. So sure enough, I grab onto the rod that's attached to the curtain. And I say, "Okay, let's go." And the projectionist, oh, by the way, his name's Jeff too. 3 idiotic Jeffs are all involved in this story. And so I start to go. I'm starting to rise up. Now my feet are 3 feet off the ground, 6 feet off the ground, 9 feet off the ground, 12 feet off the ground. Down below me is a stairwell, okay? Right over here is a railing that would prevent me from ever fathering a child, okay? So now, at that point, once my feet are 12 feet off the ground, it stops. I'm not all the way at the top. I'm just stuck. I'm there. And that's the moment when I became afraid of heights. So at that moment, I start screaming, "Okay, let me down. I'm good. Come on, let me down." The projectionist leans his head out the window. He says, "Sorry, it's broken. I don't know what to do. It never did this before. I don't know." Now, granted, we've done a lot of stupid things in our day, but we never did this. You know, we did a lot of idiotic things, but never riding on the curtain. Now Chewy, we've got Chewy now. Chewy's yelling, "Hey, winner, don't worry. I have an idea." So now Chewy goes running out the back of the theater, okay? Now I could see him running out the back of the theater. I'm facing the direction where I could see back to the projectionist still, okay? Now, so Chewy comes in, and he's carrying this ladder. He's running with this ladder. He comes down, he sets the ladder up, in this A-frame ladder, and it's 4 feet below my feet. I yell at him, "Get the hell out of there. You're gonna get me killed, Chewy." All right, so now Chewy, he goes running off with the ladder, says, "Don't worry, winner, I have another idea." Now, at this point, the projectionist, Jeff the projectionist, came down, and now he's behind me. He's behind the curtain, tinkering. He's looking for switches. He's like, I think I could reset it, but I don't know where it is. He said, "Man," I said, "my shoulders are killing me. I can't hold on any longer." He said, "I think you're gonna have to fall, but you're gonna have to get to the middle or you're gonna break your neck." So at that point, I start shimmying and shimmying and shimmying. I'm shimmying away, okay? I'm shimmying to the middle in this stupid monkey outfit with gray polyester pants. And during that shimmy, somehow now I end up I'm actually facing the screen, you know, through the gymnastics of getting away from the railing and the stairwell, okay? So now I'm to the point where these shoulders are burning more than they've burned thus far. I'm totally running out of gas. And I hear, "Winner, hang on, just keep hanging on." And sure enough, I look down, and Chewie has come to my rescue, much like Chewbacca the Wookiee would come to the rescue of Han Solo. Chewie was there. He had bags of popcorn, this big. bag after bag. They're piling bags and bags of popcorn. They've created a crash mat. There is a full-blown crash mat. Jeff the projectionist and Chewy are gonna save my life now. Jeff the projectionist yells up, "Hey man, just make sure you bend your knees." And at that moment, it wasn't really a decision. My shoulders just gave out. I released my grip. I went down. I splattered into this popcorn. I splattered. It was all over me. It was up my sleeves. Everything that makes movie theater popcorn taste good is disgusting, okay? In case you didn't know, in a room temperature, it is a solid state. You have to get a Excalibur type sword that you plug in the wall to carve it up, and it's disgusting. You would never eat it again if you ever popped it, okay? And I popped a lot of bags. Now, so there I am. I've got it down my pants. I've got it everywhere. And I actually really railed. I didn't break any bones, but I did really nail my tailbone. So as I'm limping up the aisle with Chewy, who I'm about to go to London with tomorrow, he's like, "Oh my God, Winner. Thank God you didn't break anything. It would have screwed up the whole trip." He says, "Do you have any idea what theater we're in, what movie's playing?" And at that moment, he points over my shoulder. I turn and I see there's this large standee, this cardboard item, okay? Anybody familiar with movie theaters? Big standee, it's like a big poster. And right there you see this big giant cliff and this muscular man hanging off that cliff. And the film was called Cliffhanger. It starred Sylvester Stallone. And in big words, big letters, you can look up the movie poster. It says, "Hang on." Ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this shit up. Thank you very much.